And then before we get to the Q&As, a couple more things. Adam, I have heard that you guys are toying with the idea, and I know there are probably a lot of fans of the narrator of Mythbusters, a gentleman named Rob Lee, very distinctive voice. But you guys are toying to keep the show fresh. You're toying with the idea of a new narrator.
It is. Everybody calm down. This is very specific to Comic-Con. I really want your guys' opinion. I really want your opinion on how this narrator will do. We've put together a little sizzle reel, clip reel of some upcoming stuff, and we're trying out this new narrator. We personally think you guys are really going to like this reel.
Let's roll the clip. Yes, roll the clip. Money Badger guy. YouTube. And that's actually him doing that narration. So what do you guys think?
All right, that was a joke just for you. So, Merry Christmas.
One more thing. You guys... Adam, Jamie, have the bobbleheads now. Carrie, Tori, and Grant have their bobbleheads too. This is the block portion. Yeah, right there. See? That could be your backyard. all five are available for order mid-September at discoverstore.com. And for you, the loyal Comic-Con faithful, 20% off t-shirts, DVDs, and more when you enter the following code for checkout. Discovery 2. MB20. MB20.
Okay, slow down, wait down.
Now. I did not hear that. Now, we are ready for your questions. Yes.
Stop running. Do not run.
Nobody pushed a kid out of the way, right? I do want to actually say we've been running around this con for the last 3 days, and we get rushed out on the floor with the security teams and the Comic-Con staff, and we see behind the scenes, and this is a massive undertaking, and I think we should give a round of applause for the Comic-Con staff.
Adam, every year you go around the floor incognito. This year, I don't know if do we have the photo?
Oh, hold on, yeah. So I want the Florida costume because I want the full Monty. It's no face from Spirited Away. This might be my favorite costume I've ever worn at Comic-Con or any of the cons. I had a pouch full of gold coins, and I was giving them out to people. And some people were so into Spirited Away and the experience of meeting No Face that they refused my gold coins because it's bad luck to take gold coins from No Face. Everybody knew you were playing on a deep level.
Annie.
Is she here? Annie found me. I tell you, actually, I read it the day before. I thought, I gotta give a hint. What's a good hint? I don't want to give it away. And I wrote, my character ate something that disagreed with him. And immediately, like 30 people tweeted, no face! Oh crap, this crowd is too smart. So I stopped reading hints altogether. And I was out on the floor about 30 minutes when Annie sidled up to me and whispered into No Face's mouth, are you Adam Savage? And I bowed and gave her a gold coin, and we got her a pass to the pen.
Without further ado, question time. Number one.
Hi, I'm over here. NBC. Excluding bugs and snakes, what was the most scariest thing that each one of you have had to myth bust?
Well, I'd have to say to start that the thing that scares us most is the one that we didn't know just missed us. And, it's like, in retrospect, if we lived through it and we happen to all have our hands and toes still, fortunately. So, then that means that we're not scared anymore. It's the ones that you didn't know that were just about to blow your head off that get you.
I'll say that Underwater Car. I know the first episode of Underwater Car where we sang in the pool was scary for a lot of people to watch, including Jamie from the back seat. I actually loved that episode. I had no problem doing it. I felt safe as house and very confident in the water. The second Underwater Car we did, where we dragged the car off the barge and put it upside down, was the single scariest freaking thing I've ever done in my whole life. We put into place tons of contingency plans and safety procedures. We used every last one of them, and now I know what it smells like when we get really close to a line that I don't actually want to get close to again. I've forbidden my mother from watching that episode. She would have a nervous breakdown. Losing all my bearings in a car filled with... One of the things you didn't see in the episode, didn't know in the episode, is that the car was owned by a smoker. When we bought it, there was like 500 cigarette butts ground into the ashtray and all over the car, so that when it filled with water, the water was brown. So I was upside down in brown water without a mask. I couldn't see, neither could my safety diver, and I completely lost all my bearings instantly. I reached my hand out for my safety diver, Don Best, who was right here. And Don, as a pre-arrangement, slapped a regulator into it, and I put it in my mouth, but it was upside down, because I was upside down. And any of you who've done diving know that when you put an upside down regulator, you get a breath, but it's a big wet one. And a wet breath is very, very unpleasant. And it's one of the main things I've learned on the show over the years is that I don't panic, but that's as close as I've ever come. I stopped, turned the respirator around, purged it, and took a nice clean breath, and then waited for the car to settle. But that was the scariest for me.
Yeah, I just want to add to that I was nearby watching all this, and I knew he was fine because I could hear him chattering the whole time.
Yeah, I think actually the closest call that we've had this season was from a piece of fruit. Grant, I think, has flashbacks to a falling orange from the sky, that he just gets a little twitch every now and then.
What do you mean?
We were testing, it's more like concrete. If you go to a certain height, will it, I think it actually already aired. So, well, what you didn't see is when we tested to see where the pig was going to land, Tori threw an orange out of the helicopter. And
I wasn't trying to hit him. It worked fine earlier in the day when there was less wind, so you see where the orange splats, and then you know, it's that close to the drop zone, perfect, and then toss the pig out.
yes.
Later on in the day, the wind started to pick up.
Yeah, and this orange took off, and it did like a curveball, and it went straight towards Greg.
It was literally 3 feet away.
No, it was closer than that.
Watermelons.
It was way closer than that. It was 2 feet from me and 1 foot from you, because we have it on camera the whole time. We're seeing it and we're like, okay, there's no way it's coming this close to us. It looks really like it's going to fall on us, but that's not going to happen. And the camera's on, we're like, okay, we're not going to move because we don't want to panic on camera. And then it goes poof, right next to us, and we just
I think I grabbed the wagon.
You almost just killed me!
With a piece of fruit!
This is after all.
Next time we're we're going to use watermelon.
Yeah. Next time I'll be in the helicopter.
For me, working with animals, whenever, like red flag to a bull, I had to, face down a 1,600-pound fighting bull. I had to get attacked by an attack dog. But one time I was going up to, we were seeing if a crocodile can go, if you can get away from a crocodile by running in a zigzag, they won't be able to follow you. And I did the mistake of calling my mom and telling her what I was doing before I did it. Usually I would do it and then call her and be like, yeah, I was just in a ring with a bull. She's like, what? And I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, okay. But this time she was like, what are you doing in Florida? I'm like, we're going to go there and I'm going to get this crocodile to chase me. And she freaked out. She's like, do me a favor, don't ever tell me what you're doing until you've done it and you're okay, and then I'll watch it on the show.
You sense a theme here with animals attempting to eat Tori. But I think for me, that's one of the scariest things was we were testing for Shark Week, which is coming up, by the way. So we're trying to see if thrashing about in the water or playing dead, which of those two is a better strategy for having sharks avoiding eating you. So they chum the water, and the sharks are whipped into a frenzy. Carrie's just dumping fish into the water. Like, I think that's enough fish. Like, no, a little bit more. I don't know why.
And then Grant got in the water, and so we had to act like we're, drowning, so we would be like, help, help me, help me. And Grant started this, help! It was like guttural, primal scream. I mean, little did we know his inner child was like an 80-year-old Southern woman.
Terrifying, yes.
Let's go to another question.
What was the craziest thing you guys ever done?
On the show or off the show?
Tori had some run-ins with the laws. Oh wait, so did I.
I'm going to say in the upcoming season, we actually are testing a myth from the movie Red, where an RPG hits a bullet dead on. And the way to deflect the RPG, John Malkovich shoots a gun, the bullet hits the RPG, blasts away the villain. We tested that in New Mexico Tech with real RPGs, and it was nuts. Logistically crazy, the whole experience was crazy, and the best high speed I think we have ever shot. I'm actually claiming getting better than Stunt Truck. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Were you getting the
What?
touch that secret explosion?